All right, hello, this is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, and I'm coming to you with yet another presentation on a way that you can go and put your code and your homeworks, etc., under GitHub. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and on my desktop, I'm going to create 4 folders. So I'm going to right mouse click on my desktop, and I'm going to create 4 folders. The first one will be called Jeff Scott AWD1100 HOTS. All right. Then I will create another one. And it will be called Jeff Scott AWD1100 homework. Then I will create another one. And it will be called Jeff Scott AWD1100 labs, and I will create one more, and it will be called Jeff Scott AWD1100 written tests. All right, so I'm going to start with the one with the lad I did last with the written tests. So I'm going to try to write down the steps I used as I'm going through this. So the first thing I did, make this big. So the first thing I did here was create 4 folders on my desktop. And those were. Now you will replace that, of course, with your name. So I said Jeff Scott, you will replace it with John Smith, Mary Jones, etc. AWD 1100, and I made 4 of these. So I had a HOTS, then I went and I made a homework, then I made a labs, then I made a written tests. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open this last one here. I'm going to open that folder by double clicking on it. Okay. So I'm trying to keep these in vogue, so to speak. So here's my 4 folders. Right, whoop, there's 1, there's 2, move that there, 1, moving 2, moving 3, and moving 4. I'm just trying to put them in a place where you can see everything I'm doing. So this is written test. Double click on it. Then I'm going to right mouse click and choose Git Bash here. And under Git Bash here, I'm going to type in git space init and hit enter. All right. So key in git init. I'm sorry. Right mouse click, choose Git Bash here, and I think those are capitalized. Git Bash here. When it comes up, key in Git init and hit the enter key. This will make a .git folder in your that folder. Okay. Now I'm going to run through this with 1 or 2. I'm not going to do all 4 because it's the same thing. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go out to GitHub. So I'm going to go out to github.com. All right. So again, go out to github.com. And I'm going to make a new GitHub repository, typically referred to as a repo, called Jeff Scott AWD written tests. Just like that. So I'll do that next. So I'm coming over here, new. It asks for an owner. For mine, it may or may not for yours, but this is Jeff Scott AWD written tests. All right. Make yours private. Mine, you know what? I'm going to make mine private too, just so you can see what I'm doing. So make it private and click the Create Repository. So make it private. Click Create. Click the green Create Repository button at bottom. All right. From your GitHub repo, copy this line to your clipboard. Just make a copy of it. Now yours won't look exactly like this, but yours will be git remote add origin, and it'll have the name of your repository. I'm going to make just this smaller. I can't do that in this editor. So I'm going to copy that to the clipboard. Go back to your desktop folder called, all right, so in there, in the Git window, Git Bash window, copy in the clipboard contents. Now I'm going to show you it right now if you think I went too fast or too far. So under GitHub, grab that line, right mouse click, so highlight all of it with your mouse. Hold down on the left mouse button, drag, so it's all highlighted, right mouse click and choose copy. Then go back to where we just said we were. So go back to right here. I'm back to my written tests folder. All right, once you get back there, right mouse click and paste that in and hit enter. You can verify it by typing in git remote -v, and you should see the GitHub repository address. So verify this worked via git remote -v and then enter. All right, when I say that enter, hit the enter key. Don't type this in. All right. Now I'm going to copy over from my AWD folder where I've got everything in there as soon as I can find it. There it is. I'm going to copy over my written test folder. Not going to move it. I'm going to right mouse click, drag it over there, and I'm going to copy it. Which one is it? It is that one right there. So I'm going to drag it over there, copy it over, choose copy. So again, I am going to, just so you see this, I'm going to copy over the written test folder from whatever that, and again, replace that with your name. I'm going to copy that to this. All right. Then from the Git window, issue these commands. Do them in order. All right. Git add dot. You need the period. And then hit enter. Git commit -m. We'll call this written tests. And again, hit enter. And then git push -u origin master. If yours says main up there, and I'll show you what I mean, then put main in there. Hit enter. So I'm going to do these 3 steps right now so you see them. These 3 right there. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type in git space add space period, and I hit enter. You may or may not get some output in here. All right, if you want to know if anything's in there, you can always type in git status. You don't have to do that. But notice it's got all of my tests in there now. All right, then git commit -m, and I've got here written tests, and I hit enter. Oops, it didn't work because I didn't put a -m, I put =m. Try that again, -m written tests, and hit enter. Now it's moved all those over there. Now I can say git push -u origin. Now, what you put next will depend on what you have in this blue, later blue thing right here in the parentheses. Mine says master, yours might say main. If yours says main, type in main there. Mine says master, so I type in master and I hit enter. It spins around a little bit. It's already done. So the last step, go to github.com, all right, and refresh the page. So I'm going back to GitHub right here. Not that one. Didn't I close this? No, I didn't. Good. All right, so I'm going back to here where I created the repository. I'm going to click up here, not my back button, not my forward button, but the thing right here, right next to the little house. Refresh. Okay, and there's my written test folder, and inside of it are all my tests. Then the next thing that you want to do is you want to go to this URL right here. You can go into Google and type in how to send a GitHub repo invite, or you can just click on right here, and it's a long So the next thing you want to do is you want to send Jeff Scott, and mine is JP Scott Rankin, a GitHub invite by following the steps in URL Okay? So then what you want to do after that is you want to just repeat this process. All right? So you want to go back. I'm just going to grab this. I want to make sure I've got a placeholder so I know where to go back to. So next, you want to go back to your desktop folder. It doesn't matter which one you do next, but I'll use labs here. All right, in the Git Bash window. So you'll want to, where are we? I guess we'll have to do this first. It's not going to be 14. All right, so you want to do this again. So this will be step 14. You'll want to go back out to GitHub like I just mentioned, and you'll want to create a new repository, but instead of written test, this one will be labs. You'll again make it private, click the green create button. From your GitHub repo, copy this line, but this one should now be called tests. I'm sorry, labs. All right, so let me grab these, renumber these steps. 15, 16, 17. All right, verify this works. That would be 18. Copy over the labs folder from there, step 19. So that'll be labs. Then you'll change your message here to labs. Go to GitHub, refresh, then give me an invite. So this will be step 20. This will be step 21. This will be step 22. All right. Then you will repeat the steps again. Let's see. And this will be step 23. So you make another GitHub repo. We'll call this one homework. This one will be again homework. All right, so let's see. We've got steps 25, 26, 27, 28. Now, I don't think I've made any mistakes here. If I have, if I forgot to change the name of something or whatever, hey, I'm sorry. All right, we've got one more thing to do and then we're done. All right, so let's see. All right. Now, this is more work than you have to do, but for those of you who are experiencing problems, this may be the most straightforward way of doing it. You will only have to go in and create these folders like this once. All right. So create the 4 folders. How do you have them? Open the written test by double clicking on it. Right mouse click, choose Git Bash here. Key in. I think we're going to need to do these too. Written tests. Folder written tests. Yeah, that all looks good. All right. Yeah, there's more steps. So 14, you will have to again open up the newly created labs folder by double clicking on it. Okay, this will make a Git folder, but that'll be labs. (16, 17, 18, 19, be labs, be 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right, I'm going to go and fix the numbers. I don't want to waste it. My daughter is visiting this weekend. She just started taking a shower, so that's making noise. Everything's making noise in here. So the clock is going. All right. So I will fix this. I will send this file out to you. All right. And as soon as I try to fix up the numbers on here, I will send this file out to you. All right. That's the best I can do right now. Now, if you say, well, I tried doing this and I'm still having problems, I don't know what to do. Then you're going to have to send me an email. You are going to have to come into the campus with your computer. You're going to have to come into the Rankin-Wentzville campus with your computer on a date you and I can agree upon, and we're going to have to do it there. All right. Hope you have having a nice Labor Day weekend, and I will talk to you shortly.